So hello and welcome to all of you who chose flower number 2. So what we are doing in this video pretty much, you guys, is I started to think of this in terms of a destiny reading. This is not going to be the case with this because I was getting a lot from Spirit about flower messages, about the springtime, about what kind of messages can these flowers kind of give to us as a spiritual outline for things that we should be doing within our life, what's coming into our life. So that is why I did the flower messages pick a card. So what we are doing right now is, if you did choose flower number 2, you guys, we are going to be starting with some tarot messages first. We are then going to be using some of the oracle cards. I have some of these super awesome oracle cards too to kind of like back up those messages. And then you guys are going to be getting 3 main messages from the flower messages. So those are the very powerful messages that you guys can take forward with you. If you are coming to this reading and you are asking specific questions, or if you're looking for specific things, we do have the tarot card clarifiers for each thing to kind of figure out what is exactly going on here or what is pretty much happening. So there's also that. So without further ado, we're going to get into the reading. Now, guys, with group number 2, I felt a lot of happy energy, a lot of bubbliness, a lot of goodness, a lot of things that you guys were working hard for. So if you did come to this and pick flower number 2, it does show that there are good things coming to you and that there is some more positivity than negativity. Interestingly enough, we have the 6 of Swords, which is interesting because you guys have been through, I can strongly sense this, you guys have been through in the past that kind of warlike situation, deception, chaos, just pain all around for yourself, for other people. But I'm strongly sensing that you guys, the flower messages for you are going to be about empowerment. They're going to be about the fact that you guys are moving past this kind of swords energy that's kind of, surrounding you, especially with that warlike situation going on and the clouds beginning to clear. That kind of 6 of Swords energy is kind of going to, basically what I'm meaning, group number 2, is that you don't want to start the wars or the fights, but you sure as hell can finish them. So that's kind of what I'm meaning about this and that kind of 6 of Swords energy. So what we're talking about here is we are moving, Spirit's letting me know that you are moving out of that specific time frame into something that is a little bit more positive. Okay. So 2 of Swords here with the indecision. So here's the crazy thing about this. Because you guys, group number 2, are moving from this kind of darker energy, you're kind of a little bit unsure of what to choose, what to kind of do at this point or make a decision. I don't know why the word travel is coming up so much in my mind, you guys, group number 2. I don't know if you're thinking of traveling somewhere to kind of think about something that has happened in the past, to think about if something has gone on in the past 6 months, I'm talking about, that's been kind of traumatic for you, and you're looking to kind of travel somewhere to kind of take your mind off of it, or just to kind of get some peace to make this decision, whatever this decision is, really has you crossed with the 2 of Swords. But we can kind of figure out from the flower messages, from the clarifying, what is that decision you need to make and what is that choice to kind of move you forward and give you some clarity on that. I'm also getting a lot of water. I don't know if you're a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, group number 2. We have a lot of that intuitive kind of energy happening here a little bit too. So maybe you're crossed on something specifically that Spirit is talking to you about or letting you know about, and you're not kind of sure how to move forward, group number 2. Oh, Lordy Lord. So we have, again, Scorpio energy, Pisces, Cancer energy, especially Scorpio energy. Like I'm just getting it hard from this. So we have the moon. So let me clarify something, group number 2. I can understand what is going on here. So we have the 5 of Swords coming out of that warlike presence, that pain, that energy. Now we have an indecision kind of happening here when it comes to emotion, mental. You might be weighing the mental side more than the emotional, or the emotional more than the mental. And the reasoning is because you have the moon here. Now here's the thing. This is a feminine, divine feminine energy here that is coming through, that is blocked for you. So you really don't have that divine feminine aspect. Perhaps maybe with this decision, you can't really tell anyone. Perhaps this decision is about a female presence, or you're not really sure which way to go with this. Now, I will tell you this, group number 2, you guys are very strong and you are moving on from this. But the problem is you do not have the whole truth of the story, group number 2. You do not have the full picture of the decision that you are trying to make, because there is a lot of deception going on here. There is a lot of untruths being told to you in some type of form or some type of way. So therefore, you're not getting, Spirit is showing me a brick wall. You guys, Spirit is showing me a brick wall, because you are not getting past this wall. You are not able to see past those brick walls, because you're looking for something. Spirit's letting me know, group number 2, you are looking for something that is very difficult to see. Now, this will resonate with some of you. Again, this is a generalized reading, but keep that in mind. You are looking for something that is not easily seen. So we're going to get into this. Hopefully, Spirit can clarify this for us. But whatever that thing is that's stopping you from making this decision, it's because you don't have all the information. And I feel like the flowers are going to come through for you guys with these messages. You do not have all the information because you can't see beyond that wall. So let's move forward here. Let's talk about this 6 of Swords energy here. So it's about money. It's about money and career. 4 of Pentacles. Why do I feel like with all of this, group number 2, that you guys are having travel situations? Maybe perhaps this has to do with a career, but I am getting with the 4 of Pentacles a business. This has something to do with a business, you guys. I don't know if the war or whatever was starting with, when I say war, I mean that loosely, as far as arguments, fighting, things like that, had to do with money. So with the 4 of Pentacles, I am getting a strong entrepreneurial business situation. I don't know if you guys are surrounded with a business, if you own a business, if you're looking at a business, if someone in particular around you owns a business, and perhaps you are looking to make a career move or make a change, and you are kind of having this indecision because you don't have all of the information. Let me get clarifiers here to see what is going on with this. I want to say Spirit's telling me that this is a person and not a place or a thing. It's a person that you're connected to. Okay. I was hoping Spirit would show me something. So Epiphany. So, okay, let me stop this for a minute, because I'm getting a lot of messages from Spirit, group number 2. This has to do with money. This has to do with a business. This has to do with the fact that you are waking up to a different way of living. And this is going to make sense for some of you. You are waking up to a different way to make money, to move forward. See, now here's the thing. All of what you were told about making money, the rat race, the fighting for it, the climbing up the corporate ladder, it's not anymore. Somebody is coming to you, group number 2, and showing you a different way. They're showing you a different way to go about something. And the thing is you are having this epiphany within yourself that this is not what you want anymore. You want to move forward with the 4 of Pentacles. You're just not sure if you are getting all of the truths yet to make that kind of decision. So let's see what the flower message is. Okay, so this is a heliconia. So a realization. The answer is here. Take heed. Okay. Bam, there we go. So with this realization, this epiphany about this business venture, about you moving on from a career. Now, here's the thing that I'm getting about this whole travel thing. You guys may need to travel to a different state, a different place, a different situation. The other thing about this is maybe somebody has kind of offered you a job, offered you a different way of living that you are not used to. I feel like you guys are just the workers of the group, man. Like you guys are just the worker bees with all these flowers. You guys really have been through a lot in terms of the past, in terms of how everything has changed. And now you're being presented with this business venture and you're coming to the realization and this epiphany that the answer that you need is here. So what this means is because you're going through the indecision and because you can't see it clearly, that doesn't mean that spirit doesn't have the answer for you and that realization won't come. The breakup. So here's the thing, group number 2. I'm not surprised by this, and let me tell you why. Because of the fact that if you are dealing with a business venture, if you are dealing with a career, okay, this is for all my career people. If you are dealing with a career, if you are dealing with a job right now that you are just tired of climbing that ladder, you guys are like so sick of the ladder. You're like, I'm just going to kick this ladder. I'm so over it. I want to move on from this. You are coming to the realization that you could either start your own thing. You could be going to go work for someone else, go to a different career path. You guys may have had that realization that you might need to want to go back to school, continue something else, move on from that. Thus the reason for the epiphany, the realization from that flower message, and then the breakup. So the breakup is coming. Why? Because it's happening within you, group number 2. This breakup is not occurring outside. It's occurring within, and there is a purpose for that. Spirit has a purpose. We're going to come to this indecision and see what decision you have to make. But you guys already know this breakup is natural. It's supposed to be happening. Why? Because universe is kind of nudging you, being like, it's time to go. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to start something. Oh, here comes the Chariot. So you guys, this is great. This is great. This is really, really good, group number 2, because you guys got such nice energy. You guys have such a great sense about you. I can already sense that if you pick this group number 2, that Chariot is coming for you. That whole situation of that message, that strong message from Spirit, you guys are on the right path. This indecision is kind of throwing you off because you guys don't have the full truth. Spirit is telling you whatever business venture this is, whatever career this is, group number 2, okay? Listen, I don't even care if it's something crazy where you're like selling stuff on the side of the street, get a permit. Don't go crazy, okay? I don't even care if it's something where you're like, listen, I'm going to paint for a living, okay? Spirit is telling you this is the path that you are meant to be on. You have to trust yourself. Your calling, the Chariot, you are a warrior, group number 2. Say it to yourself. You are a warrior, group number 2, warriors, okay? You've come from the battle. You are a warrior. This is calling you. Spirit is calling you to a different light, to a different situation, and you have to make that realization that Spirit is calling you. You are going to be victorious in this situation. If you decide to go on a different career path, you're going to be victorious. What's this indecision? Ooh, suffering. So you guys are questioning 2 things here about this whole thing. You're questioning whether or not this move for you is going to cause suffering for other people. Now, this could be for people that you love because you really, really don't want to upset other people. You really, really don't want to upset your situation currently. You don't want to hurt anyone else. You don't really, really want to kind of be in pain anymore with any other situation, and you don't want to cause that for other people. So if you have been in a job for a while, if you've been in a career for a while, okay, this is going going to be the situation. You really, really do not want to suffer. You do not want other people to suffer. Now, the other thing about this is if you are going to travel, if you are going to move out of state, if you are going to seriously think about that, I'm really sensing from you, group number 2, you guys are very close with friends, family, co-workers. You are very, very close with people. Here's my whole thing about this. Do not worry about it, because we're going to have some clearance here. We're going to have some clear situation. This whole thing is meant to happen. This realization that things are not working is meant to happen. You are going to have a little bit of suffering internally, but this is going to become clear eventually. Okay, this is going to become clear. Boy, they are just, I'm just going to call those pansies, but they're called hearties. Oh, don't butcher me, you guys, in the comments. Okay, compassion. Tread a little more tenderly. Okay, so compassion. Very, very, very simply put, because you guys are having a hard time making this decision, have some compassion for yourself. Tread a little more tenderly with yourself and understand that this suffering that you're feeling, this realization that really kind of has given you this epiphany, you guys, is really, really reawakening you to compassion, to suffering. Here's the other thing, you guys, I'm getting the flip side of this. You guys could have been the business owners. You guys could have been making your money, going about your business. Everything was fine. You're living the high life. You're on the chariot. You're in that leadership position. You are, you're doing well, right? Then all this stuff starts happening in the world. And then you get the breakup, the epiphany, the realization like, man, I'm not doing enough. You come to the 2 of Swords, okay? And now you're realizing that maybe some of the money that you were after, maybe it wasn't fulfilling you enough. Maybe you didn't do enough for the community. Maybe now there's some suffering involved with that, and you have to kind of see that, yes, you can have money. You can be a true leader, but at the end of the day, that means nothing unless you have compassion for your fellow man. Spirit's trying to tell you, oh, love, okay, Spirit. So they're trying to kind of tell you with this whole situation, that whole love and compassion. So it means nothing if you are at the height of your situation, if you are winning all the wars, if you are going through it. It means nothing if you don't have love and compassion to combat the suffering, okay? So that is your decision. Do you choose that life? Do you choose, the hard knock situation? Do you choose going against the grain constantly? Or do you choose to understand and accept that suffering, but know that you can do things with compassion and love to change it? Okay, group number 2. The 3 of Wands. So you guys are very, very creative people. You guys are really, really dealing with a creative situation. And here's the thing about the 3 of Wands also. You guys really, really feel that you are that merchant. You are looking out at the world. You are kind of seeing this whole thing unfold, and you really are questioning if your business pursuits, if your creative pursuits are enough right now. Is it enough to make a change in your life for the better? Maybe you're realizing you don't have enough compassion for people. You need to be doing something else. You need to be getting out there in the community, kind of, making people more spiritually aware or giving more back to people instead of constantly giving to a business, giving to materialistic pursuits. And of course, Spirit's on your side, you guys. So I'm not surprised with seeing the Pope or the Hierophant here. The reasoning is because Spirit really, really wants you to gain that wisdom. To gain that wisdom that, yes, through all of the material pursuits that you guys have had, you're breaking up to that. You're seeing real suffering, and then you're seeing that love and compassion come through, and you're seeing that Spirit is reigning supreme in that. So here's basically what the bottom line is for this group number 2. You need to choose Spirit. You need to choose love and compassion. You need to make your community where you're at. Travel, take a few classes, learn about something different to give back to the community, because the moon is going to shine, because you're going to be deceived about a lot of the way that you were doing things and about how things were working back then versus now. And now you are coming to this realization that you really, really are in need of giving others love and compassion, that you need that kind of balance to balance yourself out, and that your career can be prosperous, but at the same time, you have to not lose sight of the fact that you are surrounded by people who look up to you as a leader, as a motivator. And the truth of the matter is that you are kind of in a more spiritual pursuit. The universe is guiding you, you guys. So just kind of, oh, I'm just getting so choked up by it because it is just so powerful. Like group number 2, you guys have the power. You just have to see it for yourself. You have to realize that. Do not get mixed up with this moon, because the thing is, Spirit is saying, forget all that. You are going to be deceived into thinking one way of something, but Spirit's got your back. Spirit's kind of moving you forward from this whole situation. Okay, so now we're talking about the 3 of Swords. Okay, so we've moved from the 2 of Swords to the 3 of Swords, which is very, very interesting, because you guys are fighting back. You guys are actually kind of stealing away a lot of this. You're stealing away that type of energy and moving forward to fighting the good fight. So keeping that in mind, fighting the good fight, it brings you towards the Hangman, that new beginning, that new sense of purpose and moving forward. Now, in this new beginning, because you are fighting the good fight with this whole moon situation here, this new beginning is going to be hard at first, you guys. It's going to be hard for you at first, but fear not, because you are the warrior. You can overcome with that 3 of Swords energy. You can overcome and meet this new beginning. Oh, not surprised, you guys. Not surprised. Because here's the thing. Through suffering, we have loss. Through loss, we have suffering. We move to love and compassion. Spirit has got your back. And you know what? Through this moon being uncovered, that deception that you guys are having, I'm so sorry about my lighting, by the way. This deception that you guys are having is going to be made clear to you. You are going to be fighting the good fight, and you are going to start your new spiritual beginning, group number 2. Now, I got news for you. Some people are not going to like this. They're not liking, what is this? You were the partier, you were the entrepreneur, you were the person, man. You were the person making it happen. And now you're fighting for the people. You're fighting for your community. You're fighting for a sense of purpose. Who are you? Well, guess what? You are the person that you are meant to be. You're going to suffer loss. You're going to suffer a loss through others. Through this situation, you are going to become a part of your community. That sense with, even if you're a parent with children, or if you're going to be closer with your spouse, you're going to have all these things. If you're a single person, you're going to become more involved in active affairs that are going on, because you care, because you are tired of the deception and the indecision. You are going to feel that loss, but that is okay, because it's part of the program. It's part of the reasoning why you need to let that whole thing with suffering come to fruition, so that you can lose your old way of thinking and move forward. And guess what? Y'all gonna be the queen at the end of the day, which is interesting to me, because I kind of think of this too. Spirit's letting me know it's kind of that monarch stepping out of just becoming about themselves, or just being about themselves, having that realization that to be a true leader, group number 2, which I know y'all are leaders. To be a true leader, group number 2, you guys need to step into the community. You need to step into a sense that Spirit has a purpose for you, and you need to be utilizing that purpose a little better than what you're doing. You're going to suffer. You're going to go through that loss. You're going to witness suffering. But the thing is you have that regalness and that ability to rise above the chaos and give that love and compassion to people, because people really need a leader like you. I don't care if you're a male and seeing this either. Okay, listen, you're the queen, you are the king, whatever the situation is. This just basically means royalty. It means dignity. It means honor. There's a lot of dignity and honor in you guys, group number 2. So start using it. We have the geranium, which is virility. Shake it up a little. You've got this. That's all I gotta say. Shake it up a little. You've got this, group number 2. Let me tell you something. You guys are queens and kings. You guys got this situation. You guys are warriors. You guys need to get out in your community. You need to get out around other people. You need to start realizing that all the deception that's going on and all the mischoices are coming towards a better understanding, a new beginning of who you are as a person, okay? And listen, just listen to the geranium. You've got this. You got to start shaking up your life. People aren't going to like it, group number 2, but guess what? Too bad for them. You're on a spiritual path and you're trying to make it work for yourself, and you're really trying deep down inside to become a better person. So that will definitely happen for you. Let's get your message here. Serenity. Value quiet days with only the rustling leaves to break the silence. Throughout all of this, you are not only going to gain that regal, honorable power, but you're also going to grant serenity to other people, but you are also going to gain serenity through all of this, through the deception, through the indecision, because you are on a spiritual path of love and compassion. You just have to give that out to other people, and then you will find serenity and peace. And it can be something small, group number 2. It can be something on a larger scale. You know, you guys want to get organized, go get organized. Make it happen. You know, kind of get out there. Don't be afraid that your ideals aren't going to kind of resonate with people. Get out there and kind of spread your ideas a little bit and kind of let other people know maybe there's something that you have with owning a business or being business orientated that maybe other people don't have, or they kind of need that organization. So get out there. If you have an idea, don't let the deception bother you. Don't let the indecision bother you. Kind of move forward with that. Spirit wants you to do this for a purpose, group number 2, okay? So those flower messages are very clear. We have you've got this, realization, compassion. You have what it takes to move forward, group number 2. So I hope this reading helped for you. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel, comment down below with anything, and I hope to see you soon.